Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And I'm not going to give you a message about this historic shift today from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness for the whole planet. But I won't give you a message today because this is a longer video. It's one you have been requesting. Nightwish, the greatest show on earth. So here we go. So I'm trying to figure out are we going to see some visuals in here or what? Okay, so I think we will. I just want to make sure I didn't get the wrong one. So so let's continue. Okay, there it is. I was wondering, are we going to get it? But you know, it was beautiful still, though. You remember back in the old days, that was like a concert, kind of a symphonic thing. And back in the old days, we just listened to music. We didn't have to see all this stuff. But here we go with some beautiful imagery. Okay, I think we're seeing the Big Bang, the beginnings of life. Here we keep going. I mean, there was always consciousness before the Big Bang, but when it sprang into life in our universe, when it started to become consciousness in action, was, I believe, the Big Bang. Come all the planets projecting out to where they'll finally land. There's beautiful Earth. rock singer. Wow, does she know how to sing in her upper realms of her voice and in a kind of a operatic style. Listen to her. And angelic, huh? That high, it sounds like a coloratura soprano in the background there. Wow! Oh my goodness. We're going back a little bit. Things forming into molecules or atoms or some such. And I get the beginning now, because the beginning was like there was the nothingness in the beginning. There was just the nothingness. Of course, you have the music, but that could symbolize sort of consciousness.
After sleeping through 100 million centuries, we have finally opened our eyes on a sumptuous planet, sparkling with color, bountiful with life. Within decades, we must close our eyes again. Isn't it a noble and enlightened way of spending our brief time in the sun? To work at understanding the universe and how we have come to wake up in it.
dinosaurs. But it took all that time just to get to the dinosaurs. Imagine it. These people are really they're writing this, they're tapped in. They know what they're talking about. There's a understanding of the universe here going on.
Shadows welcoming the outside world to the stuff of stars. Bearing the tree of a biological holy. Enter life. The tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the garden, leading us to the mother world. We are one, we are a universe. For there's a what will be signs of the devotion you see. Ages pass right in the time of us all. The day-to-day new opening for the greatest show of
Now I'm curious to see what they do with the extinction of the dinosaurs. And then I'll have something to say about that, because there's something we have learned about it recently. But here we go.
We are here to care for the garden, the wonder of birth, of every form most beautiful. Every form most beautiful. We are one, we are a universe. Forebears of what will be, signs of the divine sea. Alien stars, running the tide of us all. A day-to-day new opening for the greatest show of
Okay. Okay, so they have the asteroids coming in. So remember that, because I'll tell you my thing later. Look at what we've made of what was first seen. Wow, something, huh? Not necessarily better in every way. They're predicting a nuclear holocaust. Hope that's not the case. I don't think it will be, though. Hear the symphonic music going on back there. By the way, you're just enthralled by the pictures and the whole story they're telling here, but don't miss the symphonic voices going on back there. Wow, let's go back a little bit. And I remember that video, We Were Here too, which was a different story, which was very profound too.
going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones. Most people are never going to die because they're never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never see the light of day, outnumber the sand grains of Sahara. Certainly those unborn ghosts include greater poets than Keats, scientists greater than Newton. We know this because the set of possible people allowed by our DNA so massively exceeds the set of actual people. In the teeth of these stupefying odds, it is you and I, in our ordinariness, that are here. We privileged few who won the lottery of birth against all odds. How dare we whine at our inevitable return to that prior state from which the vast majority have never stirred?
So the earth lives again in all its glory, no matter what.
There is grandeur in this view of life, with its several powers having been originally breathed into a few forms or into one. And that whilst this planet has gone cycling on according to the fixed law of gravity, from so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved.
So very true. I often think that the most beautiful thing about this earth is the stillness, when there is the stillness. Mm. Well, well, well. Wow. Phew. Wow. That was an epic journey, wasn't it? Holy moly. Really, from the beginning of all creation through to the creation of Earth and the various stages of the Earth. What an epic journey. Wow. And yeah, absolutely right. It's a true gift to be here on this earth, even though in the human sense, historically, we have died or seem to die. Of course, our souls and our spirits don't die, okay? But, and now coming up into the raised to the fifth dimension, that's a transmutation, it's a transformation, it's a butterfly transformation to a higher type of life and body on this earth. But historically speaking, yes, we have not been happy to die. That thing that they call dying, right? Which always was a butterfly transformation, actually, but we just didn't know it, you know. So, but yes, it's, you know, if you think in terms of the entire galaxy and so forth, this is the planet, believe it or not, that we are given to understand everybody wants to come to. Everybody wants to incarnate on this planet because of its beauty and because of the things we can learn, people can learn having this third dimensional reality. Although now we will be moving to the fifth dimensional reality here on this planet. So people are not going to incarnate here for the third dimensional experience. They'll come here for the fifth dimensional experience, but they're becoming by the masses, right? They don't have to even incarnate in the fifth dimension, they just come, right? So people, individuals, their various races from the galaxy and everything else. But this was fascinating. And I told you I wanted to come back to say something that it brought up about our history, which is kind of what we don't know about our history. And this is the fact that there was, way back in the day, a fifth dimensional experience of Earth here on this Earth. And there were fifth dimensional civilizations living here. And I don't know if it was before the dinosaurs or after the dinosaurs, but there was some sort of a cataclysmic event where the crystals that they used to power entire cities, crystals as big as the Empire State Building, they caused what would be sort of seen as a sort of a nuclear explosion. But this was man-made because their frequency had dropped to the level of being jealous against each other and wanting to be the big man and wanting to be wanting to wipe the other race off the planet. This was I don't know the exact time of it, but so the Atlanteans and the Lemurians were the races. So this actually did happen to the planet at some point or other, as we understand it. And now, as far as the extinction of the dinosaurs, whether it was that or it could have been another cataclysmic sort of event, which does happen every 26,000 years, when our planet passes through this area we're going through now, the photon belt. And if the beings living on the planet are not of a higher frequency and vibration, they are not able to make it through. They go extinct. Now, here we are doing it as we speak, but we are of a high frequency and vibration, and we have asked for and received help from the other beings in the universe, or in our galaxy, I should say. The universe and the galaxy, probably. So they are assisting us to get through, and we are getting through, and we are getting to the fifth dimension. Now that may be more than you ever wanted to hear or expected to hear on watching this video, but this is what it brings up for me. It's so true. And there's a little bit of our history that's in there that, you know, that has been missed, you know, the thing about going through the photon belt. And that also arguably could have been the cause for the floods, the Noah's Ark floods. So, you know, it just doesn't have to be the asteroids and all that. There's just a lot that has been kept from us that we didn't know, you know, for all these many, I don't know, millennia or whatever. So it's a fascinating time. It's an exciting time. And it is in the rebirth where, you know, where the beauty of the earth is in full shining glory as we move our bodies to the higher vibrations and dimensions as well. So, let's see. I have to put this video on my scale. 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger. 10 being very fifth dimensional, love, peace, joy, bliss, wonder, all of that. And it leaves you in that fifth dimensional space. And you're in that fifth dimensional space several times. And then you drop down. You see, the planet did drop to the third dimensional, right? It was in a higher place, and then it drops to a third dimensional, and, you know, warring and all, animals eating each other and all that. Like, not nice animals I'm talking about. And then, you know, it goes higher again, you know. And so, I mean, we flip-flop back and forth a little bit. So let's see, where do I place this video? Well, I think the overall experience of it is inspiring, definitely inspiring. And yet there are those third dimensional things that we're talking about as well in here. So I go with like about a 7 on this, by the way. And that's on a 1 to 10 scale. And that's not about how great they did it. If you said how great they did it, you'd be off the chart. But that's just about how much it pulls you toward the higher vibrations and energies. You see, so it's important to know the history and the negative parts of the history, but to look but not to stare is how we're going to be moving forward to get to the higher vibrations. So we're not really thinking so much about the terrible things that happen, the wars and so on and so forth. We're just moving ourselves to a consciousness which doesn't even have the possibility to think about all of that horrible stuff. Right? And then it doesn't happen. If we can't think it, we don't create it. If we don't think it, we don't create it. I'll say it that way. So this is the excitement. By the way, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video here on this channel. And it also leads you to a longer video about my forged in the fire journey of this third dimensional reality. And there's also a link here about Lorelei on Patreon, which lists some of the various things that I'm up to. And finally, I have membership tiers now. So come on and join. You can get the different levels depending on what you want. So the first level is just all different kinds of reactions that you've asked for, that I've wanted to do that I can't necessarily do on my main channel. So you get those special things. And then the second one is strings of your favorite artists' reactions. And that's so that, you know, you've asked for so many from one different artist, you know, I'm going to do a string of them, and then I'll move to another one and another. And then finally, the top one is what I can bring you in the world of uplifting you, such as meditations and readings and songs, maybe that I sing now and again. So all these kinds of things to help uplift you. So do join me. And give me a like, give them a like. This was awesome, so you ought to at least like theirs. The link is in the notes. And subscribe. So that's about all I have to say today. I'm not going to give you my typical fifth dimensional message, other than a little bit that I just told you that the video brought up. So I'm going to send you, though, that fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the wonder, the glory, just so magnificence of this life and the world you live in. If you look at the magnificent comes forward. So here comes that energy to you now. Shp. Namaste. I honor the God in you.